I saw this question on Reddit in the sales forum. Basically, the gist of it is they're bored by lead generation. They think it's too boring and they want to spice it up, right? How do you stay motivated when you're generating tons of leads? Well, I'm gonna answer in this video. I'm Alex Berman from Experiment 27. Number one is get more closes. When I was Chief Marketing Sumo at Inspire Beats, I was sending anywhere between 200 and 300 cold emails a week to people to try to close business for lead generation with Inspire Beats. And I would talk to the founder all the time about how I was getting burned out. And the founder, Wilson, gave me a very good piece of advice. He's like, you're not burned out because you hate lead generation. You're burned out because you haven't closed anything recently. And that seemed like rubbish at the time. But what I did is, I manned up, I sent 200 more cold emails, I got on a bunch of calls, and I ended up closing a few deals within a couple days of that happening. And immediately, I loved lead generation again. The burnout happens, I think, when you're disconnected from the end goal, which is, if you're just generating leads over and over again and you're not sending the emails and you're not closing, I can see how that would get pretty boring. But if you're starting to get burned out, the first thing to do is just close more business. Send more emails however you can. Drink some coffee, template more, just basically get your message in front of more highly targeted people, or revisit the targets and go after people you're more interested in, but get more closes, close more business. Number two is outsource what you can. So my very first job in New York City was at a startup called Vimbly, where I was making cold calls 8 hours a day to these mom and pop stores like martial arts companies and arts and crafts stores to try to get them onto our platform. And I just realized the Vimbly guys are probably gonna hate this because I never told them I did this. But I hated making cold calls more than anything. So what I actually did was took about half of my salary and I hired a Filipino cold caller for $10 an hour to make the calls for me. And me and Rajel, that's the guy's name, we would have this system running where I would generate the leads and I would just pass it to him to close the business. And I was outsourcing the calling part of it, but you could outsource any part of it you want, right? Whether that's hiring some outsourced labor to find the leads for you or hiring a salesperson to close the deals for you, outsourcing the part that you're getting burned out on can help you get over the hump. Point number three is automate what you can. There are tools out there. Let's say you hate follow-ups. That's something that I hate, that I have a very hard time consistently doing. There's tools like Yesware, which I just found again as we're ramping up our sales team. They added a whole bunch of new features, including an auto follow-up sequence, where basically now all I have to do is send the initial cold email, and I'll go through this system in a later video, but then it will automatically send follow-ups in a proven sequence to get the meetings. And I do this on clients I've already had calls with to follow up indefinitely, and then also to clients that I haven't had calls with to follow up with a few cold emails. Now, automation's big. Maybe you hate lead generation, and there are sites that sell you leads, like LeadFuse or any of these other lead generation platforms, robots, that will automate the email side of it, so then you just have to take your calls. The goal is to remove yourself from the things you don't like doing so you can focus on the higher value activities, even if you have to cut your own salary to do it. Thanks for watching the video. Feel free to like this video to encourage this type of content. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for more B2B sales training. And if you need marketing support for your digital agency, check out experiment27.co. Thanks.